data centers actually at the core of the use of the latest technology, whether it is artificial intelligence or even machine learning. And I have with me Kalyan Muppaneni, sir. Tell us about data centers and the criticality of something like that, and you are now partnering with the T-Hub as well for this.
In today's world, data center and cloud technologies are at the epicenter of everything that you do today. From the time you wake up until you go to bed, everything you touch, including social media, e-commerce, banking, anything you do is basically digital. And where is this being processed? Right, on the cloud. And where is the cloud? It's in the data center. So as Pi Datacenters, this is our core competency. What we offer is data center and cloud services to enterprises and governments and startups around the country. To your question about today's relevance, we are partnering with T-Hub, a strategic partnership, primarily to offer AI framework and help the startup ecosystem with some standards on how AI can be implemented on cloud, and also an environment where the startups can experiment in a sandbox environment on the cloud, do innovations, and come up with some solutions which are relevant and be successful. And other thing is data centers. So as far as data centers go, as far as Pi goes at least, we have two data centers. One is in Vijayawada, second is in Kochi. We have our corporate office in Hyderabad. However, my point is that data centers consume a lot of power, very heavy on capex investments. So these needs to be built responsibly in areas where you are consuming low-cost power. So hence we chose Tier 2 cities. Tier 2 cities have always been close to my heart and needs to add to the next $2 trillion or $3 trillion economy. So from that perspective, I think if you were able to build a data center in a place like Vijayawada or a Kochi or a Guwahati or a Lucknow, and people in Mumbai and Hyderabad and Bangalore are able to use it seamlessly, why not do it? And that's exactly what Pi is doing today.
How is India positioned? Because technologies like AI are obviously not geographically bound in many ways, and this is the big opportunity. So how is India positioned at this point in time?
India is very well positioned, I'd say. I think if you look at the startup ecosystem today, it's one of the, if not the top, I think in the top 3 startup ecosystems. And within the startup ecosystem, AI is the key theme today. Every startup that's coming out today, almost 90% of the startups have an AI theme, because people know that you will be irrelevant if you are not. Same, it's not just the startups, but if you look at the enterprises today, you take banks, e-commerce organizations, they've already been implementing AI in some shape or form. We just didn't know. People didn't know that, social media and banking and stuff like that.
Till generative AI came along.
So I think it's much more relevant today, and India, I think, will play a very big role. Not just, one is the thought leadership and the technology leadership that India will have in defining AI and taking the AI forward. But I think with the goal of making India a semi-conductor manufacturing hub, these AI chips are extremely expensive. Obviously US is the leader today. China has been an alternate, but then, US being at the forefront, I think this thought leadership, the critical thinking, the designs that go into these chips, and at the end of it, the actual manufacturing should be done. So I think good start, but a long way to go for India, especially for AI chips to be made in India for India.
When we talk about becoming, 5 trillion economy, one of the big things is obviously going to be not the manufacturing which China went the route, but technologies like this one.
Yes.
Are we doing enough in terms of human resource to be able to get there, and in terms of policy from the government side?
I think so. I think India definitely, I was just speaking to a professor a while before this. He's teaching a course of AI law. That's the name of the course, and in one of the prestigious law universities. So that tells how AI has already been almost integrated into every way of life. In the medical field, there are so many things that are being done. Tomorrow, almost all of your surgeries, like your heart surgery, your kidney surgery, everything pretty much will be done humanless. I think, it's already happening, but AI will play a much more critical role. Same thing in law. I think it's going to, some of the landmark judgments that are going to come in the future in India, I think we'll see AI playing a very critical role in law. Similarly, in education, it's already playing, but much more will happen. So that way, manufacturing. So that way,
Journalism.
Obviously.
A lot of the jobs are going to be, all the automated back-end work is going to be done by that.
Absolutely. I think the fact-checking, I think especially in journalism, when it comes to fact-checking AI, you will get results and instantaneously as you are like doing live TV, people will be able to, verify things. So
But the big apprehension which everyone has, while we have constantly been saying that those who are AI is not taking away jobs, those who don't know AI will probably be on the, they'll pay heavily for it.
Not necessarily. See, I don't think, when, the technologies like cloud and other things came, and this entire digitization happened, people said that, a lot of jobs are going to go away. I don't think, there are new jobs that are going to be created because how do you make AI work? How do you make, it's human intelligence that's going to make, there is an input that you need to tell AI to expect a certain kind of output. So, like for example, in education, the professors also need to, for example, upskill in terms of how do they reorient their career a little bit to deal with it in terms of how they can use the technology. Same thing in journalism, same thing in law, everywhere. I don't think it's only going to complement, it's only going to make lives better. I don't think it's not going to take the jobs.
More productive road ahead.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that conversation. So, AI, an optimistic outlook about how it perhaps is going to make life more productive and more profitable so that the economy can grow and the quality of life overall can improve. In Hyderabad, with camera person Nagaraju, Sudhir, NDTV.